up, water cooler? We are back. Episode 5 on water cooler talks on manufacturing and technology. I'm Tristan Linville, joined by my co-host, Michael Callahan. Michael, kick us off with a joke today.
That's a lot to be started with, but Tristan, what did the mountain climber name his son? Don't think about it too long.
Okay.
Cliff. He named him Cliff.
Yeah, I really don't like that name.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're not a mountain climber. So.
Well, do you want to hear what we have in store today?
I do. I have no clue, and I am pumped.
Well, we have another guest, and her name is Maegan Conwright. Welcome to the building.
Love it.
Hello, people.
Of the day.
So Maegan and I go way back. We were just counting the years of it's been so many years since we graduated college, but
isn't that scary?
That's how long it's been.
Probably stop counting after that point.
Yeah.
After
Maegan, how's it going?
It's going good, man. Long time no see. Long time no talk.
I know. It's fun. And now you get to join my friend Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do y'all know each other?
Maegan, would you care to tell?
Sure. So we went to the same college. I played basketball on FSU women's basketball team. And Tristan was a part of that team as well, on the manager side. So we worked closely together every day. Hard work, sweat.
Maegan, I have a question. Tristan once told us that he had some competitive one-on-one games. Did you ever play Tristan one-on-one in basketball? And what was the result?
At the time. We played a lot. He played against the team. He played individually against a lot of us as players. And I would have to say, I did whoop up on him a little bit. I have a quick first step.
I was about to say, that's what pisses me off about Maegan. She is fast, really, really, really fast. And it was just impossible, whether she was defending, whether she was on offense. And, it just was one of those things where it's like, I was getting like a D1 athlete scholarship, but at the end of the day, I'll just never be a D1 athlete.
But it's good to know that Tristan was being transparent and true and telling us that he never beat you. So well done, Maegan. Thank you for not letting Tristan beat you in one-on-one.
Yeah. That would never happen. And Maegan could shoot. There was just too many things, which is why she went to play professional basketball as well before jumping into the tech world. I always made fun of Maegan when we were in school because she was in this what was your major? Like information systems or something?
Information technology, yeah.
Yeah. And just super nerd. And then killed me in basketball. So Maegan, tell us about your career, your transition to tech, and how that kind of went.
Yeah, so I would have to say, though, after I graduated, I did have 1 year that I worked at Florida State. So I was an IT support specialist. So shout out to Justin Jacobs, the athletic director of IT. So that was my first taste of working in the IT world, but I still had my itch. So I ended up going and playing professionally in Europe. I played all over Russia, Poland, Hungary, Germany. So many countries. So I was over there for 5 years. And then once I came back, COVID actually hit. So then that's around the time that I retired. Yeah. And
Maegan, what was the coolest place that you played in your professional time?
Everybody always asks me that question, and then I come back with, it depends on what it depends on in what area. If it's basketball or if it's just lifestyle, which one, or just overall.
Let's do both. I want to know lifestyle and basketball.
Okay, basketball, I would have to say Russia because that's where like this
Mm,
high end competition. I remember when I had went the first game that I played against was on a team with Maya Moore, so it was almost like whoa, like so it
awesome.
was really high competition. And then when I say just lifestyle, surprisingly, Poland was really great.
Mm,
Poland was a
okay,
really
cool.
nice area. So I was up in Gdynia, up in by the beach. It was really, really nice. The lifestyle was great. People were great. I love the team. So it was,
It's really
Poland would
cool.
be the one where it was like just lifestyle was great.
That's really cool that
Mhm.
through that experience you got to travel all across Europe, and the um, Tristan's trying to match that with you, but I think he's still a little bit behind.
Did because Tristan, did you travel with the team for the Euro trip?
No, sore subject.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay.
No sore subjects with FSU women's basketball. They took care of me. They paid for my grad school, so I bless up FSU women's basketball. We had a blast.
That's awesome.
So Maegan, after you got back, COVID, all that fun stuff, you kind of kick off your, we'll say, suit and tie career.
Mhm.
What's that look like for you?
It's been a journey, and when I say that, coming in, obviously having that big gap, I entered as a systems engineer in telecom, and then realized that I really like, being in front of customers. So
Sure.
ended up trying to get or attempting to get a role where I can be maybe a part of the sales side, and ended up getting that. So worked at Boomi for about 2 years. So that's integration, platform as a service, so iPaaS or
Mhm.
middleware. And then now I'm currently at IBM where I'm more on the automation side. So
Hey,
Yeah.
Megan,
So go ahead,
go ahead.
Michael.
I was just going to say a lot of the people that probably watch this hear middleware or iPaaS and they say, what is that? Can you high level help people understand like what is a middleware solution? Why does it matter?
Yeah, sure. So a middleware solution is when you're connecting all of your different data sources together to streamline, right, a lot of your business. So it's important to companies just because, I mean, I think about it in maybe a couple of pillars. One probably would be around like the scalability part of it, right? So once you're entering a level of where you're having a number of different data sources or applications, it can get a little daunting. So to be able to make that or easily increase the load for your systems and have that efficiency there, middle pass is a great way to be able to integrate all of those different applications, right? Have a single source of truth maybe and things like that. And
Okay.
another one that I'll probably mention that I dealt with a lot is just data consistency, right? So you want that data integrity. Think about all of those applications. Maybe you have some duplications, places, information. You want to kind of streamline all that and have that efficiency there. So you're wanting to scale as businesses continue to grow, and you're including a lot.
Kind of a good point of what I was thinking is like a lot of our customers that we've seen in the field, they could be going through like a rapid growth stage, right? And what they've done to date has worked for them. Their IT department, really great people, probably really strong technically, but it comes to a point where it can overload them, right? And that's kind of where, let's say they're growing from 200 million to half a billion, right? There's a big difference there. And so what kind of like, you know, I guess inflection point is there for you that you see that maybe justifies taking that jump to a middleware solution?
That is a good question. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, it's just like when do you feel like it's fitting for a company as they're
Yeah.
growing to take on that middleware solution versus their traditional IT personnel writing those integrations.
Yeah, I think it's not necessarily like a number or a bandwidth when it comes to where you are. It's just as company, as you grow, think about even small situations, like maybe you have a legacy system, right? And you want to be able to communicate there. It's like when it stops you from efficiently and fluently running the business, right? Where you're having to manually do work and things like that, where, you know, it takes up hours of your time, maybe spreadsheets, things like, or, you know, those type of things. It's when you're maybe want to consider, you know, considering a middleware.
Yeah.
So the middleware almost adds an automation piece to the overall IT architecture to make people's lives easier.
Yep.
That's cool.
And that's a lot of the times when customers like would come to us, was when, you know, it's getting to a point where, okay, we're spending a lot of time here. We want to be able to automate, right, these areas so that we can continue to efficiently and focus on other things and run the business.
That's awesome.
Nice. So I guess last big question before funny question. Kind of what themes are you seeing out there in industry that are with different technologies that are kind of transforming the industry or making the industry better? You mentioned data. I mean, I imagine that data consistency could be one, but what are you seeing?
I mean, where I work today, I would say a lot of it is just like cost management, right? So now when you're moving into thinking of all the applications that you have and data sources that you have with IT, you want to be able to have, right, an area where you can ingest all that information, understand where you're spending, who's spending what, right? How to optimize that. So a lot of customers are, you know, focused on being able to control that.
So take a step back, because we kind of jumped into middleware. What do you do today? I think it'd be helpful for individuals to hear that.
Yeah. So today I work within a company called Aptio, who's a part of IBM. So we do cost management for IT. So we drive data-driven decisions for every IT spend or investment that companies have within the business. So from my day-to-day, what I see is customers, right? There's no place from IT leadership where you can have all of those different data sources all together, one single source of truth, compare apples to apples, even if you're talking public cloud, private cloud, third-party solutions, being able to bring that all in, normalize them, and report off them. So
that's huge, because again, I know, like in my background of prior to coming to the company I'm at, there was a lot of silos of all this cost, the spending, and it was really difficult to make a decision. So I can only imagine pulling all that into one central view and being able to simplify that decision is probably really huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's incredible. It's just how many different solutions for different problems such as that are out there, right? It's if you had all the money in the world, you could be one technically savvy company.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even thinking about like the duplication of systems that probably a lot of companies have, right? Marketing goes out and finds a software for this that does the same exact thing that sales is probably using. And to be able to see that across and make the best decision, like that's huge.
And that's the idea of it. It's we like to tell customers that, you know, um, when you're in the purchasing um, part of making a decision within the company, you know, so procurement stage, and it's time to make that decision on purchase. The question is never if we need the tool. When we're in the procurement stage, the question is always, do we have the budget for it, right? So to be able to streamline those types of decisions for our customers, make it easy to be able to see what tools are in place, if we already have that, you know, where we would get that budget from, to answer those questions a lot more giving basically an idea rather than a question on if we can.
That's really cool. Really cool.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right, Michael.
You ready for the big question? I'm ready.
I think you're asking it.
I'm asking it. Maegan,
Okay, is it to me? Oh, it's to me. Okay.
For you. This is a big question. In your phone, who is the most famous person? And can we call them right now? I'm just kidding. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
I would have to say the most famous person in my phone is Anthony Davis. I would not
That's cool.
try to call because I haven't used that number in a while.
You know?
But a little background, I actually went to the University of Kentucky first and then transferred to Florida State. So so that is why I would have it in my phone.
That's awesome. You know, if Anthony Davis is listening and wants to be a part of the podcast, Maegan can probably connect everybody. Just after he has IT challenges, but maybe he does. You never know. Everybody
He could be running his own little enterprise. He's got enough money for it.
That's awesome.
So
Maegan, I'm sure you have a lot more famous people in your phone than Tristan and I do, but
oh yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Meg,
I may have to
it's been good.
So I can put it in my phone, so then I can have someone more famous than.
It's like a secondary most famous for you, Michael. Like
you get famous than anybody else in my phone. Trust me.
Daisy chain that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Well, Meg, it's been good catching up. It's good to see you. I'm glad all is well. Thank you for joining us. Because we're just two goobers, out here doing the thing. So
well, I heard you talking about me, so I felt like I had to come on here and show face.
Living the dream.
For sure. Well, as always, everybody, drink your H2O. Hope you enjoyed the show, and that's it for episode 5. Thanks, everybody.
See y'all.